Wait a minute. So those same three groups control all those media outlets, Fox News and CNN? Oh, now it makes sense why they fired Tucker Carlson. Good evening and welcome to We Lied to You News, where we do real journalism. Oh, are these the talking points from Soros and Murdoch? Tonight we've got quite the lineup, including Tucker Carlson being fired by Fox. Something fishy is going on, and we'll show you the fish. Also an update on Bud Light's rather successful sales prevention strategy. Biden officially announces he's running for re-election, and SpaceX successfully launches the world's largest rocket ship into an explosion. But first, starting with Tucker Carlson. With by far the most popular news show in the country, with over 3.5 million nightly viewers, Fox has decided to fire Tucker Carlson. In a move that makes just as much sense as a team cutting their MVP quarterback, people are left wondering why, as immediately upon firing, Fox's stock value dropped by more than $1 billion. Well, there are 5 possible reasons why Fox has decided to proactively reduce its viewership. Let's start with the most likely possibility. The vice president of marketing for Bud Light, who oversaw the Dylan Mulvaney ad campaign, which produced the impressive results of a $7 billion drop in company value, along with a 17% drop in sales, was recently put on leave. And Fox's move of firing Tucker Carlson leaves speculation that the Bud Light VP of marketing may have been hired by Fox and on her first day on the job said, "How can I produce just as good of results for Fox as I did for Bud Light? Well, the best thing we can do is fire the person who brings in the most viewers." Though this story has yet to be substantiated, it would actually explain everything. But what are the other possible reasons for why Fox fired Tucker Carlson? Well, to help understand them, first, let's take a look at this chart. As you can see, the 3 groups at the top control all the major media outlets. While it would appear that Fox is in opposition to CNN, this chart shows they are controlled by the same people. And that would mean Fox isn't meant to be opposition to CNN. It would suggest that they're meant to be controlled opposition to CNN. And as you'll see in a moment, Tucker Carlson has proven to be uncontrollable opposition to the globalists who want to control everything, aka he's a dangerous extremist inciting violence who must be silenced. Right, AOC?
And when you look at what Tucker Carlson and some of these other folks on Fox do, it is very, very clearly incitement of violence. Very clearly incitement of violence.
The inconvenient truth of this chart helps explain a rather large coincidence that CNN happened to fire Don Lemon on the exact same day that Fox fired Tucker Carlson. This coincidence has nothing to do with the same 3 groups controlling both CNN and Fox orchestrating the firing of Carlson and Lemon on the same day to help wash the suspiciousness of silencing Carlson off their hands. As Lemon objectively deserved to be fired after a series of demotions due to hilariously low levels of viewership, and after having been on leave due to ageist comments, letting Tucker's firing blend into the trash that deserves to be thrown out suggests to people there's nothing to see here. This just in! CNN fired a gay black man. Interpreting this through the lens of CNN's own narrative, this must mean that CNN hates gay people and black people. But back to Fox firing the most watched news anchor in the world. This all begs the question, would the unseen powers that be, that you can see right here on this chart, be willing to sacrifice the loss of millions of viewers who are Tucker Carlson fans, not Fox News fans, just to protect their agenda? And sacrifice the lost ad revenue that comes with a drop in viewership? Isn't money too important to them? The answer is yes. They would be willing to sacrifice the money if something was more important to them than money. What might that be? Their agenda. Tucker Carlson makes them a lot of money, but is a threat to their agenda, and their actions demonstrate an act of protecting their agenda even at the expense of sacrificing money. So what is their agenda? Well, if you look at how we're building back better so well, you'll see what their agenda is. Additional reasons why Fox would have fired Tucker Carlson? January 6. The agenda that shall not be named had a very important narrative to it, which rhymes with insurrection. That narrative helps paint a known threat to the establishment, President Trump, in a negative light. But a month ago, never-before-seen security footage of J6 was released to Tucker Carlson and his team. He proceeded to publish some of that footage that showed the Buffalo Shaman and others peacefully perusing through the Capitol, being escorted by police, and even having the police open doors for them. Therefore, Tucker Carlson is a threat to the January 6th narrative, which poses a major threat to their agenda. Next reason. Tucker Carlson platforms Trump. Several weeks ago, Tucker Carlson did a sit-down interview with President Trump, which aired on Fox. President Trump spoke his mind rather eloquently to the Fox viewers, raising many concerns about the agenda that is currently venomizing America. Then consider that Rupert Murdoch, the owner of Fox, had previously said he will not support Trump's bid for re-election, nor will Fox News. And Tucker Carlson was unfaithful to that agenda with his journalism. Next reason. Fox was recently ordered to pay nearly $800 million in a settlement with the good people at Dominion for raising suspicious questions about their suspicious systems. Tucker Carlson was not one of the people speaking out against what we're not allowed to talk about. Therefore, we at the media are trying to sweep his firing under that rug because we think you're dumb enough to fall for it. And if you are dumb enough to fall for it, that means you won't be asking any more questions. So it was probably this one. And the final possible reason why Fox fired Tucker Carlson is because in recent weeks, he had a guest on his show, presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Like a fascist, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. stands against tyranny and therefore has been widely outspoken against the corruption in the government with their corporately captured agencies. And he's been rather outspoken against the Nuremberg Code violating pharmaceutical companies. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has been enough of a threat to the establishment and their agenda that he even earned a place on Biden's list of top 12 spreaders of misinformation online. Then when you consider that approximately 75% of Fox News revenue comes from pharmaceutical advertisements, you can imagine that there's simply nothing to see here. There never is. On the day of Tucker's firing, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. posted this thought on Twitter, which the establishment originally had him deplatformed from, but unfortunately, Elon gave him his voice back. Fox fires Tucker Carlson 5 days after he crosses the red line by acknowledging that the TV networks pushed a deadly and ineffective to please their pharma advertisers.
Brought to you by Pfizer.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
By Pfizer.
Pfizer. Pfizer. Pfizer.
Pfizer.
Carlson's breathtakingly courageous April 19th monologue broke TV's two biggest rules. Tucker told the truth about how greedy pharma advertisers controlled TV news content, and he lambasted obsequious newscasters for promoting jobs they knew to be lethal and worthless. For many years, Tucker has had the nation's largest audience, averaging 3.5 million viewers, 10 times the size of CNN. Fox just demonstrated the terrifying power of Big Pharma. Well, in response to these extremist views of Kennedy, I say, can't we just get him deplatformed and silenced again? Oh yeah, Elon does the whole free speech thing now. That's so unconstitutional. Which brings up the bonus reason for Tucker's firing. He also recently had Elon Musk on his show, a man who has earned his rightful place in the crosshairs of the establishment as their agenda necessitates the abolishment of freedom of speech. Now, which of these reasons, aside from all of them, contributed to Fox firing Tucker Carlson? Well, obviously the answer is none of them, because Fox's statement says that they agreed to part ways, while an insider on Tucker Carlson's team says no, they absolutely fired him. But we think it's most accurate to go with the dishonest statement by a globalist-controlled, pharma dollars-fueled corporation. So the reason why Tucker Carlson is no longer on Fox News is because they mutually agreed to part ways. And for Tucker Carlson's future, Whether he starts his own media company or joins forces with another outlet that allows journalism that destroys America by destroying our agenda to destroy America, we look forward to seeing what Tucker does next. He'll obviously fail, because nobody can succeed without being corporately controlled. And of course, nobody wants to watch Tucker, as evidenced by his 3.5 million nightly viewers. And in other news, people in Ukraine are rejoicing while Americans are depressed over Joseph R. Biden officially announcing that he'll be running for re-election in 2024. And to shield the public from all things Biden, the DNC has also announced they will not be holding any primary debates. Lucky for his opponents, because I'm sure Joe and his track record would have performed very well. When you start degrading election integrity by manipulating the public's perception via withholding the candidates from openly debating, you know you have nothing to worry about. Nowhere else doesn't allow primary debates? Russia, China, North Korea, and Venezuela. And lastly, Elon took a break from trying to destroy democracy by trying to preserve free speech in order to launch the world's largest rocket ship into space. In a rather expensive fireworks display, the rocket never reached space as it exploded shortly after takeoff, which proves space is fake, there is no moon, and the Earth is flat. That's it for tonight's news. Based on Tucker Carlson's stellar performance and top ratings, he obviously deserved to be fired because he wasn't doing a good job. It has nothing to do with his pursuit of truth and reality being a threat to a globalist agenda, because remember, Don Lemon was fired on the same day. These things just happen. Don't ask any questions. And be warned what will happen to you if you step out of line too. Good night. After only 5 minutes of using Magnesium Breakthrough, I've lost 75 pounds of fat, put on 10 pounds of intelligence, and achieved complete enlightenment. I'm just kidding, but Magnesium Breakthrough is absolutely an integral part of my health and fitness journey. The top 2 reasons why I love Magnesium Breakthrough the most. Number 1, it helps solve my problem of stress. I used to find all my stress would accumulate, and that could be anxiety, poor peace of mind, stress from relationships, work, what's going on in the world, responsibilities. But I found using Magnesium Breakthrough throughout the day helps solve that problem by helping me get rid of my stress and giving me more happiness, peace of mind, and relaxation. Because not many people know that at a nutritional level, magnesium is very potent at helping reduce stress, but you gotta have all 7 potent forms of magnesium. And that's exactly what Magnesium Breakthrough delivers. The second reason why I love Magnesium Breakthrough so much is because I take my health, fitness, and energy very seriously. But when you're not dissipating your stress regularly, you've got elevated stress hormones in your system, and that tells your body to store body fat, burn muscle, and gives you low peace of mind. And after regularly using Magnesium Breakthrough, I've noticed a difference. And if you'd like to give Magnesium Breakthrough a chance to see how it works for you, for reducing your stress, giving you more peace of mind and a balanced body, just go to magnesiumbreakthrough.com/JP and use the discount code AWAKEN. And our friends at Bioptimizers will take good care of you.